So just arrived on the river, and the river is through there somewhere. So all those that think fish places that are private and no one can get on, this is the reality. So hello and welcome to this week's angling vlog. This week you join me on the banks of the river and we're in search of the unknown. As you can see on screen now, we've come on the bank to an unknown bit of river. We've worked our way through the undergrowth and we've finally made our way to the river and got close enough to get a rod in the water. As you can see behind me, the bait waiter's in. I've got my bank sticks in, my landing net, my keep net, and all the basics that we need for the day's fishing. What we'll do now is we'll waste no time at all. We're going to take a look at the swim, the tactics, and how we're going to approach it. Before we do get into this week's vlog, I just want to say a huge thank you to everybody that subscribes to the channel, leaves all the nice comments down below. I really do enjoy on my dinner hour in work, logging in and replying to the comments. So thank you very much to those that leave the nice comments, and especially in recent weeks where I've brought my little lad on the bank. This type of fishing is the type of fishing that I really do enjoy. The unknown, on Google Maps, looking for them unknown little bits of river where you can get in. Nobody's probably been through the undergrowth in recent times, as you can see, and you just don't know what you're going to catch. So I'm super excited to make a start, take a look at the side tray and how we're going to approach it. So taking a look at the side tray, we've got some of the Hinders hemp, corn, maggots, got some worms. What I love about this type of fishing is where you can stand. I've got a Dinsmore bank stick and my keep net. This little side tray folds right down to go into me glide jacket that I've got on. Absolutely wild banks. It is quite shallow here underneath my feet, and then it drops off into about probably 8 to 12 foot as it goes out. I'm going to be feeding me hemp in line with that broken branch there. It's just convenient, and we're just going to be going down that dark water there where it drops off. I'm going to be feeding me maggots here, just slightly upstream, so it's got time to get down, and the corn round about here. So it's all going down in a line and targeting this area here. The rod that we're using today is my 17-foot Preston Innovations rod. We've got one of the Corum glide floats on, and it's the 1.6 gram, and then I've got a shotting pattern of 5 number 4, 4, 3, 2, 1 number 4, down to a hook link and a size 18 hook. Nice and simple. I finally untangled the rod. It's going to go just over that deep water there. Feed some maggots. It is quite a deep swim, and being fast it isn't ideal, so the bait getting down might be an issue, but we've got that hemp that hopefully is going to get into them lower layers. You see there is quite a bit of pace on, so I'm just holding it back, just edging it through. Just to start with, just trying to get from A to B without catching bottoms. And keep on putting them heavier baits in like corn. So it just looks like there might be some better fish in the area, and it's going to be heavier bait that's going to get down on the bottom. Really just starting on maggot just to see what's here really. And there we go, there's the first one of the day. I was just talking to my uncle, it does feel like there's a bit of weed on the bottom of the river that you're catching on. So going a bit further out, maybe we've come above it. The first fish of the day. Just coming on that maggot, trying to get underneath me keep net like they do. There's a chublet, which is a great sign. Not the biggest fish in the world, but they are that magical fish on the river when, you know, you've made a swim, you've got in and you've got a bite. It's a great start, and hopefully there's something down there with a bigger mouth than that, like mum and dad. Let's get him straight back. Let's get back out there. There we go, there's another one. It's coming down the river below that hemp, near small fish. But to begin with, it's just about getting bites. So I've been fishing for probably about 15 minutes and just put on a bit of corn, and the float is absolutely buried. Best fish. It looks like a nice chub, and white lips of a chub look coming up. And there we go, what a lovely chub that is. The brassy flank, he's a bit hollow, obviously it's early season, but yeah, what a lovely chub that is, and well worth the effort with my uncle breaking through the brambles. Let's get him straight back. And when you are on a river with unknown fish in it, when you hit a decent one, you really don't know what's going to come up. And that's the excitement and the drive for me in this type of fishing. See, sometimes you just want to see what it is. That reel ticking over nicely, but you can see there it's got some power. And it's going to take me time and shake it a little bit. And I hope till the day I die that feeling never leaves me. Oh, it's a nice chub. Oh, it is a nice chub. Oh, it's a nice chub that. We don't want that to come off. It's a much better one. I really do enjoy this type of fishing. You never really know what's going to be in the river when you get there. And today, well, we've had 2 chub, haven't we? This is the biggest one. Can't wait to get back in the river. So I must admit my heart went when the float buried the next time, and it's a much smaller chublet. Still staying on the corn, but yeah, I must admit my heart really did go when that float buried. And for regulars on the channel, they'll know I always say I like catching the smaller chub as well as the bigger, because it shows the river's got a future. And with pristine chublets like that, it most definitely has. I was just saying to my uncle, it's July, but it does feel like winter fishing. Not for the temperature or anything like that, because it's all very green. But how you're working for the bites, and you know, you've got a feeling there's some proper chub out there. But with the depth, you just got to keep plugging away, the bites come and go. And these small chublets, they are in mint condition. Been 1 or 2 cormorants go over, does make you think. But yeah, what a beautiful little chub. So, as chub can be, and I said before, it's a bit like winter in July with the chub, and it's taken a while to get the next bite. I've come right underneath my feet. It's been hard to find a trot, I have to be honest with you. That's a nice perch. So sessions on new venues are always a learning curve. You're learning the swims, the river, and the species that are in them. Today we've learned that there's decent chub in here, and now there's nice perch. Plenty of small fish, but they will disappear when Mr. Perch arrives. It's not been easy, and there has been a bit of hard work between that chub and this fish, but more than worth the effort. And as the first session goes, we're definitely learning them lessons that will put us in good stead for future ones. A decent bend in the rod, and it's gone really overcast, which I think is really helping us. So we've been keeping on putting in that bait in, keeping that bait going through the swim, being rewarded with, oh yeah, that is a nice bream. And there we go, what a lovely bronze bream that is. Getting on there for the slabadabadoo for those who follow the channel. And again, like the other fish, in absolutely mint condition. Another species to add to the list, so there's plenty of species in the venue. And the next trot through, float's buried again, and this one is going for them reeds. And there is a bit of pace on the venue, so everything fights. I think it's just coming up over there. Looks like another bream. Yeah, deep down though, I do hope it was a chub, because chub are my favourite, but you just see there. There we go, look at that for the beautiful bream. It's almost olive, like a tench. It's a beautiful colours that. And yeah, well worth the effort. And earlier he said it might be winter in July, and it was sunny when we said it. It's now raining and we're just starting to get a few fish along that far bank against them reeds. So sometimes in angling, effort does equal reward, and sometimes your effort, along with a little bit or a lot of luck in this case, goes a long way. I was just bringing a roach in, and a big pike has come up and absolutely nailed the roach on the way in. On the light line on that 17-foot rod, it was one hell of a battle, and like normal you just expect the pike to let go. Anyhow, it's come up to the top, we've managed to get it in the net, and I've currently staked me keep net out, so it's resting in there for a little bit to give it a rest while I recuperate myself. I'm going to get it out in a minute and we'll take a quick look at it. But yeah, one hell of a pike. So yeah, I do really apologise, none of it was on film, but as you can imagine, it was all over the place. So at the moment, I'm going to get it out and we'll take a quick look at it. And what a battle. Great fun on that light line, and not for one moment did I think I was going to get it in. But what a beautiful pike, and just showing that effort definitely will equal reward. knocking the branches down today, going on Google Earth, completely unknown fishing, just shows what's out there. Let's get this beautiful pike straight back.